when we deal with these when we have these bad things and bad experiences and that, we trap these emotions, which are literal real things, like little balls of energy that get stuck in our body, and they try and stop us getting hurt again. So you have an emotional reaction to something to try and stop you from doing it again.
Yeah.
And Evelina's joining us. And we don't really, until all this sort of energy work came around, we didn't really know how to deal with it at all. And it's really powerful. We get great results by working this way, as opposed to trying to work through things with our mind. Here's Evelina, one of my star students and pupils and and friends.
Hi.
Evelina, I don't know if you saw in the group today, she shared a bit of feedback about I'm currently doing my next level of certification, which is called the body code. So it's taken the emotional clearing kind of work to the next level, where you're working on physical issues as well. And Evelina's kindly helped me get volunteers for that, because you've got to do obviously a number of case studies. And she just shared some great feedback today. So that's there in the group. I don't know if you want to talk about that or not, Evelina, but it's fine. No. So it's there to read, but it's some really cool stuff, really, just from a few sessions for one of the kids.
Of course. Hi everyone.
Yeah.
So, but you've had tons. You've been working with us for a long time, haven't you? But
yes, I have.
And
It's
you've
been
been doing,
like 5 months in a club,
yeah,
and about 1.5 years with you.
Yeah.
With sessions, and right now as a volunteer in Body Code, and it's really powerful.
Yeah. Thank you. So it's daily intentions as well. I was just explaining how those work and how they are slightly different from having a session, but it's all releasing stuff. And I was just explaining how you choose what you want to work on every day, and I basically connect with the group, and I release as much as I can every day. And yeah, we've seen some good progress, really. So it's about just getting started, really, Helen, and giving it a go. Here's Laura.
I was watching a video earlier on. I think Yelena was in it.
I was what? Sorry.
I was watching a video earlier on today, and I think Yelena was in it. It was on YouTube.
Evelina, yeah. Well, she's in my Zoom meeting room more than I am. You're always here, aren't you, Evelina? Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Yeah, she's
I'm trying to be, because it's very beneficial.
Yeah, we've had some great results for Evelina. Even during the meetings, sometimes you've had some issues, sometimes physical stuff as well, and we've managed to get a shift going there. So
especially one more thing, Grim, because I've been today to my osteopath.
Yeah.
And she said that I don't know how to call it in English, lower back spine.
Yeah.
It's not okay. It's not stiff anymore.
Right. Good.
It's movable. I mean, it's more elastic, and it's connected with my intestines, and it all moves around. So
yeah,
it's great. And my jaw.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that in the post today, didn't you?
Yes, I have, because it's I've been struggling for a few years now with this. I was waking up with those muscles. They were just in pain. Sometimes my teeth were even, they were moving like
grinding.
Okay. Yes.
Is that right?
Thank you. And now I think it's been like 4 weeks maybe, and I don't have it anymore in the morning.
Yeah, great.
So yes, it's because of you. Thanks.
Well, we work together as a team, but so that's it basically. You can do your intentions every day, and the help, and obviously we do sessions, and then we meet together once a week. And I was just explaining that we've not really done a lot of English meetings before, because basically there's Polish people in the English club. I have a Polish club as well, and kindly some of my Polish people like Evelina are still posting the intentions in the English club, but we've never really ran English meetings as such on their own. But so here we are, and this is probably why it'll just be us. And basically the way the meetings normally work in Polish is I might do a group clearing now. That's something I've started doing recently for us all now. And then you can just fire away and I'll help. Obviously, I can't really, I was showing the body code off to Helen and Laura last week. And obviously Evelina knows all about it. I'm still not fully qualified in that now, so I can't really sort of do that tonight. So I'll just continue with the emotion code, and I do like a sort of direct, just trying to release the tension, which is normally quite successful. So it's not very exciting to watch at times, and that's where normally my partner Justina normally talks. But I'm assuming everybody's willing and happy for a clearing now. I'll take all that as a yes. And so I just connect with this group, and once we're connected, so this is what I've been doing. Obviously Laura's been partaking in the intentions. How's that been going so far, Laura?
All right, yeah.
Have you noticed anything or not? I mean, if you haven't, just say exactly what you've noticed.
No, I have. But what I'm tending to do is replacing one thing for another.
Every day, something new.
Yeah, so I'll stop thinking about one thing and then I'll replace that with something else.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a cycle.
That's why I say every day. Like a lot of people, because I schedule the post to go out at 7 o'clock on a night. A lot of people will write down what they want for tomorrow on that night, but all of the processing hasn't finished from the morning. So when they wake up the next morning, that's the best time to choose what you want, is on the morning before I do it, because it might, once you've slept on it overnight, it might have changed into the next thing.
Yeah,
it kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and obviously it's what one clearing might not be enough to fix that issue that you were initially thinking of, Laura, or whoever. But the next day, it might just be deal with this now, and then you might come back to that later.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just about that daily continuous just progress. Right, so we are connected. So I'll just release any emotions. And this is all I do really every day for the intentions around 11 o'clock. Like I say, it's not the best to watch. Have you had any processing, Laura, where you've had any headaches or anything like that?
I did that first day, can you remember?
Yeah.
But nothing since then.
Right. Okay.
So I must be getting used to it.
Well, hopefully, yeah. I mean, everybody reacts differently, and it depends what you're working on. If you're working on different, more painful things, there's more chance of something showing up. I think physical things have a good chance of showing something up. But I mean, in the training for the I mean, you've read it, haven't you, Laura? I think. Yeah. I mean, it says that you're looking at like 20% for processing, whereas sometimes you see it more, sometimes you see it less. It's just a case of whatever. So release some emotions, release some beliefs. Anything else? No. So that'll do. So disconnect from the group. So how should I do this? Should I just do it the same as I do with the Polish, do you think, Evelina? Because I can't use the body code. I was showing that off the other day, and there's a video in the group, Paula, where we went through, and I was explaining the body code to Helen and Laura last Sunday. I think it was Sunday, wasn't it? So you can get an idea of sort of what I'm talking about with the next level. This is the sort of first level, the emotion code for emotional reasons and well-being, your mental well-being, but it's just like a starting stone, really, a stepping stone towards the body code, which is got so many more sort of facets to it, really.
Yeah.
But anybody want to go first then? Who wants to go first? Don't be shy.
You should pick us at random.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Get me out of the way.
Helen. Yep, sure.
Yes.
So Helen, do you mind me asking your age, please?
Yeah, I'm 36.
Which can be awkward, but
Oh,
there we go. Asking a lady her age, I mean.
Mhm.
So, what can I help you with today, Helen? Try to.
just sort of like general day-to-day anxieties and sort of tension in my shoulders.
Anxiety and tension in shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just go with that. It doesn't. The great thing is,
Hmm.
as Evelina will tell you, you know what I'm going to do now, Evelina, don't you? You don't have to tell me loads because you can tell me less. So that's my
Right.
book.
Okay.
You don't, and that's the great thing about this work. We don't have to talk about it for hours. So literally, I paid Evelina to come tonight and show my book off. Literally, just with that, then, how if you were to rate it from a 1 to a 10, with 10 being like literally the worst, like you'd probably have to go to hospital or something, where do you think it would be as you think about it now?
Probably around 5.
5 at the
6.
minute. Okay,
Yeah.
but obviously it varies a bit.
Yeah.
So I'll connect with you now. So how I'm doing this, Paul, if you're literally brand new, I'm using muscle testing, which is like a sort of biofeedback mechanism, you know, a bit like when they do a lie detector test and your body can't lie. It's a similar sort of thing, but all of our subconscious minds are all in the same sort of field in the universe, you know, so we can literally connect to anybody and it doesn't matter where they are. As with many of my Polish clients, I don't speak Polish. Well, I'm I'm starting to learn a couple of words, but it's quite embarrassing. And they don't, and many of them don't speak English, and it makes absolutely no difference at all whatsoever, because we're just dealing at like an inner level, you know, of energy. So Helen, and obviously we sort of share what comes up, but we only go into as much detail as you want. I literally just say the emotion and the age that you trap that emotion at, and then literally it's up to you if that makes sense to you or not. You can tell us. If it doesn't, I just go through and generally release about 6 each, and I'll do a little bit of sort of energy. I call it like direct sort of energy clearing as well.
Yeah.
And should be all right tonight. Sometimes when there's like 15 people in a row, it gets a bit, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Alina's like, oh my God, Graham, are you okay? So the first emotion is worthless. From age 28.
Yeah.
So that's gone. Self-abuse is the next one. I just make a note because if you come next week, then I can. Self-abuse is where you just, you know, you're too harsh on yourself at times.
Yeah.
And you know,
I would say so.
sometimes you just need to, like, I mean, we all have. I'm not saying we all have loads of these. I've had loads. Everybody's had loads of these. So don't think, oh my God, I've got this, because these are just the ones that are coming up first, because they are the emotions that are mostly relating to your anxiety and possibly the tension in the shoulder, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So that self-abuse was 17.
Possibly, yeah.
So I mean, when you're 17, there's 60 emotions on here, and when you're 17, you probably go through them all every day, don't you? You know. Some stubbornness, which we see quite a lot. So obviously, we can be quite stubborn in thinking that we should be doing something or we should be feeling another way, and that can tie into self-abuse sometimes.
Mm,
24.
Yeah.
24,
Yeah.
that one. Some sorrow.
yeah.
28 again.
Yeah.
More self-abuse. $28 again. Does any of that make any sense? I mean, you don't have to share anything.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. Definitely.
More stubbornness. 28. So something obviously happened at 28.
Yeah.
But these are gone now, you know, and it's not that you'll never experience stubbornness again, or you'll never experience these particular emotions, but they are gone.
Mm,
So, and the more we release, obviously, the less we struggle with, because you know,
Yeah.
when you start talking about vibration and frequency and all that sort of stuff.
yeah.
So that's it from the chart, and now I'll just sort of clear some trapped energy that's there.
Right. Okay.
Right. I mean, do you want to just move your shoulders a bit and just try and get the blood
Am I
flowing
doing
in them?
it in a circular motion kind of thing?
Sorry?
Am I doing it in a kind of circular motion?
Just anything, just to get just anything that's comfortable, obviously, just get the blood flowing, get the energies moving and things like that. And I don't look for a miracle here. It's just, it might feel better now, it might feel better tomorrow, it might feel better in a week.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of things, there'll be hundreds more trapped emotions that are building up to this level of anxiety. But
Yeah.
just getting that direct work can often help.
Yeah.
So I'll do the next person and we'll come back and see how it feels.
All right. Yeah. No
All right.
worries. Yeah.
Has my camera gone blurry again? I need to sort my lighting out. There we go. Okay, who's my next victim?
I'll go next.
Okay, Laura. So Laura, your ages, please.
Have a guess.
Should know. I should know. From
36.
Ah, right. Okay. Did you go to school together then?
We did, yeah.
There you go. That's the connection. Well, you look happy. You look happy a lot, Helen. Feel the difference or not?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if something's come off my shoulders. So
Yeah.
it's like
A weight on your shoulders?
yeah, some sort of relief anyway. Yeah. Good.
Well, obviously, like I say, we're not looking for miracles or anything like that, but it's just that continual progress, you know. So your intentions tomorrow could be this remaining tension in the shoulders, or it could be anxiety, because they're technically they're two sort of separate things, really.
Yeah.
So you could just work on anxiety and just release that little bit every day.
Yeah. All right.
So don't forget.
Yeah.
So Laura, how can I help you?
Well, it stems from what I've discussed with you before, which I don't really want
Yeah,
to
sure.
go into.
So I'll just write issue.
Yep, that's still happening, and it's based on a situation where I'm carrying burdens that aren't really mine to bear, but
Okay.
I'm the one that's been hurt by that.
Burdens and getting hurt. So
That sounds really cryptic, doesn't it?
it's fine. It honestly,
Mm.
it's literally as much as you want to share, because at the end of the day, I don't need to know.
Mm,
your subconscious mind is going to work with me now and tell me what needs to be released, and I'll release it for you. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
sometimes when we get stuck, you know, it might be, obviously, sometimes you do need to share some at times,
yeah.
but just for now, obviously, your mind will know exactly what it wants to get shot of.
Hmm.
So what would you say out of 10 at the minute as you think about it as just as one sort of issue?
It fluctuates, but it seems to be getting worse. So I'd say 8 or 9 every day, which isn't good.
Okay. Right. So where do we start in the chart column here? Okay, some hatred, which is from 36. Some stubbornness. From 36. There's a lot. Some things been happening recently that.
The rumination that's come back recently.
That
I've only been 36 for like a week, so but I have had a pretty tough week.
Yeah, but as you know, 36.
Yeah.
Can mean the last previous 9 months as well.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that sounds
So
right.
it's never 1,000,000% accurate, but it's just
Hmm.
sort of guide. I only give the ages really just because sometimes it's quite interesting to think about it.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't really matter. Release those, yes. Some grief from 18.
Yeah.
Some more grief. And we think, you know, how could that grief from 18, obviously 18 years ago, how could that affect? But it's all interrelated.
Mm.
And your mind might say now, do you know what? Let's get rid of this, and then it'll make everything else easier.
Okay.
So the second grief. 25.
Yeah.
Some more stubbornness. $24.
Yeah.
Sadness. 29. And these may not be major things, you know. You could get sad watching something on the news, or do you know what I mean? It's not always massively significant stuff. But obviously sometimes it really does click and you think, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Some more sadness. $23. Some more self-abuse. $32.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough of that. So then I'll just clear some tension. How's it going, Helen?
I'm getting there. I can.
You can sit back down again, you know, you don't need to.
Yeah,
If you're comfy there, I don't know.
I can just think. I can sit like that. I can sort of move my shoulders about, keep moving them about.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it has helped.
right, good. We've
Yeah.
had some amazing things in the Polish clubs, haven't we, Evelina, where people are like, oh my God. So
Yeah.
it does help shift the energies without a doubt.
Mm.
Right, Laura, how are you?
Have you done something with my arm, my left arm?
Not intentionally, but
Because it's gone really, like I'm doing this like
it's all
down
connected.
here.
It's all connected, but I haven't specifically. I
It's
hope I haven't
really
broke it.
tingly, like pins and needly.
Right,
And I've come across quite nauseous.
right. Yeah, I
Just-
mean, you've got some
just-
really strong emotions here. Sometimes with hatred, people will even vomit.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. And you
Thanks
know,
for the heads up.
yeah, but I think it probably have happened by now if it was. But you know, You've got
My
grief,
arm, yeah, really tingly.
Yeah.
Just my left arm.
right?
Just all of a sudden.
You've got two griefs there. You've got sadness, stubbornness, hatred, self-abuse. You know, they're all strong emotions. So as they're clear now, I mean, it's not fun to process, but it's like we say, it's progress. You know, and it should pass. You know that, and
Yeah.
move it about a bit. Maybe have a glass of water, and you know, it is for the best. I don't just do it every week to see if I can make people cry and be sick and stuff like that. But
Explains a lot though, why I've been feeling the way I have.
yeah, absolutely. And let's be honest, there'll be hundreds more emotions. But that's why I wanted something that helps every day, just to chip away at it every day. So people can make progress easily and without me having to do tons and tons and tons of sessions. So doing it as a group, it's just really a really cool way to do it. But yeah, so I'll come back to you if it gets too painful for anybody. Just let me know and I can try and help with the processing. Emotionally painful as well, not just physically. But so okay.
Yeah.
It's not always easy, but it's really powerful stuff. Honestly, it is. Paula or Evelina?
Go on then. I'll,
You up for a go, Paula?
yeah.
Good for you. Do you know anything about the emotion code or anything like that?
I did read a bit on it earlier and yesterday,
Yeah.
but don't ask me to remember it.
Pretty new to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a chart here which has 60 emotions in 2 columns, and then there's rows. And all I'm doing is once I've connected with you, I'm then muscle testing, and I just muscle test by if I see if I can keep this strong. So if I was to say my name is Graham and I try and break that loop with my finger, I can't. I mean, I could if I really went for it, but applying a sensible amount of pressure, I can't, because it's true, my name is Graham. But then if I said my name is Paula, it goes through because it's false, and your body stays strong to truth and goes weak to false, and that's the same sort of thing with the lie detector test. So that's part of it, and obviously the subconscious is the other part of it.
Yeah.
So do you mind if I ask your age, Paula?
57.
And how can is there anything specific that you want to give it a try?
Mine's mainly, it's like I've put barriers up for different things over many years.
Yeah.
And I need to try and sort of bring these barriers down.
Yeah.
To let things go so that I can move on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all do that, and we build these emotions, sort of keep us stuck where we don't want to be. And it's probably a whole new perspective for you, and we have all these limiting beliefs as well, where we get stuck in these loops in our minds and things like that. I mean, that emotion of stubbornness and self-abuse, they come up every week, nearly with every person, because we do it to ourselves a lot, and we sort of punish ourselves when there's no need, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So barriers, I don't know, can you quantify that between a 1 and a 10? Just rough, just your rough guess. It doesn't have to be.
About 8, 9.
Okay, so quite a big issue then. I mean, obviously that's a sort of broad issue.
Yeah.
Once we've done a bit of work on the broad, then you'd start saying, well, you know, what is actually specifically what you're trying to do, and then you'd work on that, and you'd just try and break them all down, you see. So with the intentions, guys, if you do the intentions, don't try and shift a big broad sort of issue. Try and make them as specific as possible, because if you're trying to shift a big issue, then first of all, you might not notice any difference because it's so big that, you know, it might take you a month to notice any difference.
Yeah.
And second of all, with relation to like the processing that you have, it's, if you get more specific and smaller, it have you noticed that, Evelina?
Yes.
just from your perspective. It's just break it down. You know, one day it could be that time so and so, this memory. It could be this belief, or I'm struggling with this, whatever it may be. Okay, so I'll connect to you. I'm not used to being able to talk, because I'm normally just listening to loads of Polish and then getting a little messages in English. So, right. So Paula. So indecisiveness, I mean, that makes sense really when you're thinking about indecisiveness. So you're struggling to make a decision really.
Yeah.
And that is 56. So I mean,
Yeah.
you might experience it every day, but possibly something around that age, something bigger happened, and that emotion got stuck. Okay, so that's gone now. And stubbornness, just like I was saying. $53, some stubbornness.
Probably.
Well, like never beat yourself up regardless of whatever emotion I say, because we all go through the list.
I've actually just worked it out. Yeah.
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 Come up. Sometimes it does. Sometimes you just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Something happened and I dug my heels in.
Yeah. There you go. So that's gone. So hopefully that'll feel a bit better, and then it might influence, you see, your decision making afterwards. You see. Some terror. Obviously, that's another really big, strong emotion. Terror.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Some grief. 29, no. 38.
I think there were.
I mean, grief isn't always what we think of it. It can literally be, I've lost my favorite pencil case, or it could be anything. But you know, the chances are we've all suffered some grief that your mind wants to just make easier now. You know, self-abuse is next, and it is age. Sorry, self-abuse first 30. No, 50s, 50. 54. So self-abuse again. 46. So that's it for the chart, and then I just try and clear just some general energies. So some of them made sense. Obviously, you don't have to share anything personal.
Yeah. I like doing quick calculations on different things, and yeah, they all do.
I know sometimes it's hard to think back, isn't it? But yeah. Okay.
Got you going there, got you thinking.
No, I'm just like, I can't believe that you've picked up with the terror, because I've never ever told anybody of the different things that I've been afraid of through the years and everything. I've bottled it all inside. In fact, no, I think I might have told Ellen odd little things.
Yeah, I was just talking to her. That's why.
This last couple of weeks or so.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me a while to fully believe it, and you know, every now and then somebody would go, "Oh, that makes sense," and now literally every day it's like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense," and I'm getting a bit blasé to it, to be honest, because it's just
Mm,
it works, and I trust
yeah.
in my muscle testing, and like I say, not every emotion is going to make sense, but a lot of them do, and
Yeah.
it can really help people believe and think, okay, how did he know that? I did some for somebody the other day, and in the body code, there's so many other different. You can have like phrases that get stuck in your mind, and memories, and images of things that can get stuck. And a phrase was, "I am a fraud," and I wasn't doing it like this. I was just doing it without her even knowing when I was doing it, and I just sent the messages over, and she said, "Oh, I say that at work all the time," and it's like I had no way of knowing that, and so we do get these things, but it's your subconscious mind guiding my muscle testing, and
Yeah.
when you know how to do it in the right order and things, it works. Okay, Evelina,
Yeah, sure.
how are you? You want to go? How are you? Because I know
Yeah.
you'll be here tomorrow night as well.
I'm not sure.
Well, if you get enough done today, you might not need to.
Maybe just tonight. Tomorrow you will have lots of participants,
I know.
I'm sure.
I know it's getting a lot, isn't it? 38.
Yes.
Okay. How can I
I'm
help today?
thinking about my overweight. I think that I have some resistance, to
Yeah.
be slim. Although I'm healthy and very sporty and so on, I eat well. I exercise a lot. I still do have too much fat. And it always comes back. No matter what I do, it
Yeah.
always comes back. And I think that my body needs to be big, and I don't know why. So maybe you'll find out.
Just on a different meeting, then we were just talking about it, and one of our friends, Magda, she's me and Magda have been going through the body code certification together, sort of helping each other. And we've sort of started a little mini project trying to think of literally everything that could ever possibly contribute to weight and struggling to lose weight. And we've come up with some stuff, some crazy stuff. I mean, I've just cleared for myself things from past lives and inherited starvation, because all through history you can inherit trapped emotions going back through the generations, you see. And if you think through history, obviously food wasn't nearly as abundant as it is now, so there will have been a lot of starvation. And now you think that food is more accessible. Are we storing it? Is that influencing it? And do we have like a set point where we feel safe? A lot of it's about safety, I think. So we're sort of experimenting with that at the minute, but for now I'll just see what emotions there are, and because
Okay.
obviously, but I mean, if Magda and I can crack that code, I tell you what, we'll be
We
laughing.
would be billionaires.
We'll be laughing, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my book's called Tell Me Less. We've joked that this program's going to be called Feed Me More.
Good one. Good one.
So yeah, so haven't got the full answer for you at the moment, but yes, safety, it's massive. And in the body code, you go through every organ and you just say, is this organ happy or is it unhappy? So unhappy would show that there's an imbalance that needs to be corrected. And it doesn't have on their system, on their pro forma for doing the assessment, like your fat itself, the adipose tissue. So I said to Magda, like, we should check, is this fat actually happy or is it imbalanced? And then we just came up with like another 10 dozen things, and then there's beliefs, and I think there's absolutely loads. But I keep saying, if I can help people, well, not just me, but using the emotion code can help people in different countries to do loads of different things without even speaking to them, and I refuse to accept that we can't figure the weight loss out. I just refuse to accept it. So I will not give up pizza.
Oh,
So
great.
we'll get there. Okay, so I don't know if you want to give us a number for that, because it's not like I expect you to lose a ton of weight in the next 10 minutes, but so some grief there. 37. Again, it might not be what we think.
I exactly know what it is.
Share it if you wish.
You know, Natalia, my sister,
Yeah.
gave birth to a baby daughter with Down syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was, she's perfect, you know, but it was just, we were surprised because she didn't know during pregnancy
Yeah.
that anything like this was coming.
Yeah.
So we were shocked.
So the question is, how would that relate to your weight issue? And, you know, we could spend the next half an hour trying to figure it out, and something might come to us later, which might make sense, but do you know what? I just clear it. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So that's gone. Stubbornness is next. Sometimes you can think, oh yeah, I can see why that would affect that, but sometimes it's just not worth the effort, you know. But any kind of grief, I think you do sort of try and hold on to some weight and some water and things like that, you know. So anyway, it won't be the only reason. Some stubbornness at 34. Self-abuse. 27. Stubbornness. I think we've all had self-abuse and stubbornness. But 28. Some more grief. 18. More stubbornness. 25. And that's it for the chart. So even with all the stuff Evelina's had done, all the intentions and lots of sessions and stuff, there's still stuff there. But we're just working on different things you know, start with your biggest sort of problems, and then you just keep going, and it becomes sort of like personal development.
Yeah.
You know, and you can just work on things that you want.
This is something like Laura said. I jump from one intention to another, and I don't stick. I don't know why, because like for tonight, I would like to have certain intention for tomorrow, but tomorrow it's totally different.
Yeah.
Something new come up, and I just have to stick to this. And
I don't know. I think you
I
can go
have
with
to follow my intuition, and that's all. After some time, I just come back to the previous intention, but
it might be worthwhile sort of like trying to like plan what your goals are and what you're struggling with, and just trying to seeing if have I actually made any progress with my number one issue. And if you haven't, then stick with it a bit longer, even if you feel like doing something else. But I believe in going with your intuition as well. But
it will be May. May with my overweight. So yes, it's my intention to stick to this and figure this out.
okay, well, we'll be sharing all of our wonderful ideas with what Magda and I are working on for that. So how is everybody? Is anybody having a bit of an adverse reaction or?
I'm struggling with my arm still.
Right.
Like, I
Okay.
can't feel it.
Oh God.
I hope I'm not having a stroke.
Stop.
Oh, no. Don't want those strokes today, thank you, Laura.
Hey, God, it's really weird.
I'm denying all knowledge if you do, and burning the recording.
It's Graham's fault.
Mhm. All right, so I'll just try and clear some of that now if I can. It happens though, doesn't it, Evelina? It happens.
Yes. Do you remember Maria from our Polish group? She had to tap her forehead like this.
Yeah.
She couldn't stop. It was like, EFT tapping.
Yeah.
And it was, stronger than her will. She couldn't stop.
I mean,
She felt better.
you see me rubbing my head all the time because I think that the third eye connects, like that's the connection.
Mm.
So when I'm trying to finish with one person and move to the next, you see me doing this all the time and just trying to shift things there.
How do you not absorb all that though, Graham? If you're working on a lot of people, how do
No.
you stop yourself from being like a sponge?
Because I'm like emotionless inside. I'm like a robot. But I think the other week I did a load of sessions through the day, and then during our meeting there was like 15, 16 people, and I was just absolutely shot the next day. I wasn't like emotional, I was just drained.
Mm.
And that's why I started off with a group sort of clearing, just to see if I can shift a bit like that first. And I think it went a bit better last week, but I think it's about not doing too much through the day as well.
Mm.
Like certain kind of sessions as well take a bit more out of you, and I did a few of them. And it's about shielding, they talk about shielding. Obviously I do all that as well, and try and ask for help from above, things like that. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to be doing too many more than that, and that's why I'm trying to bring in the idea of doing it as a group.
Mm.
And then if it gets busy, we'll have to think of ways to select people over others. But I mean, that's why you guys have an advantage in this group, because there's only a few of us at the moment. I mean, obviously I'm trying to fill the group up, but for now it's just it's a nice little small group. So
Mm-hmm.
So
Does the body code take more out of you then?
no,
No different.
some of the things that do, I don't like to do too many of, are about the offensive energies, where we're talking about basically like spirits and things like that. These negative entities. I think I was explaining it to you last week. Wasn't I?
Yeah.
Where it sounds scary, and it sounds like ghosts and possessions and all that sort of stuff. But we all just, especially when you're carrying a lot and you're down and you're drained, there are just these darker energies that can just sort of feed off you a bit. And when you're clearing that, it's just a totally different sort of process, really. And I think I did a few of them before that session the other week. And yeah, but it really does help, because as you'd expect, you don't want to be carrying things like that around.
Yeah.
It was something I only really got into about 7 months ago. And again, it's just a process. You're muscle testing, you find out which one it is, and it's actually more like doing a sort of prayer. And you ask for help from above and things like that, and they help. So if you had Evelina, you will have done. Yeah. You might not want to talk about it, but yeah. So that's it. So how do you feel, Laura?
I'm not anything yet. Still, it's weird. It's just like a numbness, and like both pins and needles at the same time, which doesn't make sense.
So I'd move it about a bit, and I'd get some water, and I'd, just like you do with any sort of pins and needles, really, sort of.
I'm sat here doing this. You can't see me, but I'm doing that constantly.
Yeah. It'll go. And
it's weird though. It was just instant.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
That happens to me though, doesn't it? Like whatever you did last week. Can you remember?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I said I had like the headache and I could feel like a pain in my chest and everything. So I think it does
Yeah.
manifest itself physically for me anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's not uncommon. We all react differently. All these emotions are different sizes and strengths. So even if I've got an emotion of worry, and all of you guys have an emotion of worry, it's all from different times, relation to different things, different strengths and sizes, and we all release that same emotion of worry, and we all are going to react differently because they're all different.
Mm.
So that's it. So do you think that was helpful?
Definitely, yeah.
I'll if it persists, Laura, just let us know, and I'll keep trying. And I might need to go into the body code. Shall we have a look at the body code
Yeah, can do.
and see if there's something there, and see if it helps. So, connect again, Laura. So, is there something in here that is contributing to Laura's pins and needles? Did you say? No.
Yeah.
It's in here. Have you seen all this, Evelina?
Yes, I have.
No, we're just talking about it. But anything can affect anything. Is there an association? No, so I'll just clear that. So is there more? Fascia, similar sort of stuff, just the tissues that are in the body. I don't want to do too much though, that's the thing, because we've done quite a bit and we don't want to push it. So let me know how it gets on.
Oh, thank you.
And if it's still sort of processing, and I'm sure it'll pass. It's just stuff, just like getting pins and needles any other time.
Yeah.
But if you have any problems at all, just message me.
I will do, thank you.
All right, well, that was great. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
so to do your intentions, guys, if you have any questions or problems, just let me know. It is different. It's different to what I've just done. It is more subtle, but like I say, every day you are clearing stuff. I think you generally clear about 8 emotions a day, and a few beliefs, and
Yeah.
over time it adds up.
Mm.
All right, so
Yeah.
and I'll see you next week. Now, I don't know what day. I'll schedule it. I have to sort of work around the childcare and things like that.
We're all right because me and Ellen never know what day we're on anyway.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
We're shocking.
she hasn't even denied it.
Yeah.
Right, well, that was just nicely about an hour. So obviously it's quite late anyway, so we'll call it there. But thanks a lot. Any problems or concerns or anything like that, just message in the group. If you notice a positive difference, just share a little bit of feedback. All right.
Right.
Thanks,
All right.
Graham.
Thank
Okay.
you anyway.
Bye.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.